Hey there folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the Figma Kamen Rider Spear action figure set by Max Factory. This spear set is part of a special series of Figma action figures and is numbered 29 in this series. This set was first released in 2011 and I purchased this set in 2012 off of eBay and paid $27 with free shipping for this set. Now, if you're not familiar with Spear, he is a character on the show Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, which is a US adaptation of the original Japanese show Kamen Rider Ryuki, and is more known as Imperer in that series. Taking a look at Spear here in the packaging, you can see the figure here in plain view, and he does come with a few accessories, some of them shown here, some of them hidden in the packaging. And the packaging here is actually pretty neat. It's very nice. It's color-coded to match Spear's color scheme there. And over here on the side of the package, it's a very nice picture of the character there. And it'll be really nice to have all of the figures from the series. There are 13 Kamen Riders in Dragon Knight series, and to have all 13 lined up with these boxes, as if books on a bookshelf, would be really nice. Taking a look here at the back of the package, you can see Spear here in various poses. One here probably to access his deck there. Another one, him here charging, and we have other poses here with his weapon there. And over here we have some information about Spear. Now, I'm not familiar with the language that's printed on here, at least most of it, so I don't know what it actually says. This looks like a stat card here, but I could be wrong, I don't know. There's more information here, and also down here. And I wish I could read all of this, but I can't. It does look kind of nice and pretty, though. What I can read is here, for sale in Japan only, and I can tell you I did not purchase it in Japan. So we'll be right back and have Spear here out of the box. Okay, we're back and we have Kamen Rider Spear here out of the box. And I really like these Figma Kamen Rider figure sets. They're quite nice. They come with a lot of accessories. The figures are very well designed, painted, and articulated. And it's just a really neat set. And I do plan to pick up the rest of the Figma Kamen Rider figure sets. Now, there are some small issues I do have with the figure set, but not big enough where it presents a problem. And we'll get into those issues as we go along. But I have not seen the Kamen Rider Dragon Knight series from which this figure set is based off of. But I have seen episodes of Kamen Rider Ryuki from which Kamen Rider Dragon Knight is adapted from, and but I have not seen enough episodes to where Spear or Imperer in Kamen Rider Ryuki has made an appearance yet. So I don't know if Spear here is a villain or a hero. So I guess I'll find out soon enough as I watch more episodes. Now, taking a look at the accessories first. We'll take a look at this here. This is basically just the inner liner of the box, the packaging. But I thought I'd point it out because it's actually pretty neat. It almost serves as a backdrop, and it's kind of cool. It has Spear's, I guess, emblem here. I guess his contract monster, which is, I believe, an antelope or a gazelle. I'm leaning towards a gazelle because I've seen gazelles in the Kamen Rider Ryuki, at least the wild monsters, non-contracted monsters. So I'm guessing that Spear has contracted with a gazelle-type monster. And it's got this backdrop here is really nice. And you got this, of course, that logo there, or I guess emblem there, and it's actually perforated all around here. I guess you can separate this or tear it out to form some sort of base, I believe. I'm not sure, but it's made of simple cardboard though. I don't think it'll last too long as a base, so I don't plan to tear it out. I just plan to leave it here and act as a backdrop. It's a really nice design, and I believe these may be included with every figure set, at least Kamen Rider figure set. You got some display here, or writing there. I can't recognize what that says there, but pretty interesting. Now next we have here basically a Ziploc bag with the Figma logo there, and it's cool that they included this for basically I guess the accessories and the figure. I think the figure can fit in here. Yeah, the figure can fit in there, so I guess you can use this as storage, and which is kind of neat that they include this. I really like that. Next we'll take a look at Spear's advent card, and he comes with one, and it's very small. I don't know if you can pick up the details on that or not, but it is pretty cool. Very tiny. Oh, I have it upside down, I'm sorry. There we go. And you can see Spear's contract monster there. It's actually kind of cool. And on the other side it's just painted purple on there, on plastic. And the card can be held with one of the hands that come with the figure. Actually, there's quite a few sets of hands here. You have a left set and a right set here. And of course you also have the other pair of hands on the figure. So you have quite a few. And taking a look at them, you can see you have a pair of basically open hands there, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of gripping hands, and here you have the card holding hand, which can grip the card fairly well. You really have to squeeze it in there. You can see here, get into focus. There, let me see. There we go. You can see that the hand here grips the card fairly well. Now, instead of another card holding hand, you just have another set of gripping hands there. So, but still, this is a quite impressive number of extra hands that come with the figure. And then you have this basic storage type unit or holding unit to keep the hands together. So that's kind of neat. I really do like that. Next, you have here, I don't know if this is a sword vent or a strike vent. Basically one of the weapons that Spear can probably summon with his deck. And it's actually kind of neat. It's almost in the shape of a gazelle. You can sort of see it like the face there and the horns here. But I'm sure he uses this as a strike or a sword vent type of thing. And it's got a nice design, spiral design here. It's actually kind of cool. Yeah, you got this nice painted gold trim going around. Pretty cool. And then you got some more of the gold paint here. Quite nice. There, get it into focus. There. And then you have some nice purple paint on the middle there. It's actually kind of cool. And on the other side you can see some more purple trim here and basically a wraparound here. And here you can place one of the gripping hands on here. Let me just take the gripping hand here. And basically you can squeeze it in there. I don't know how difficult. It's not too difficult there. I have the wrong gripping hand on there, but you can get the idea that you can see where the hand can grip in, and then you can just place the hand onto the figure there. So that's kind of cool. It's pretty neat. I really like the paint detail. It's nice and sharp and nothing bleeding overall here. And very nice paint application on that gold trim along the horns here, or blades on there. Pretty cool. The last accessory that comes included with the figure is the display base, which is kind of neat. And I believe this, a display base comes included with every one of the figures, so that's a really nice addition here. And you can use it for posing the figure at I guess in situations where it's required for stability, and like here for a deep running pose here. Without the base, the figure would have fallen over, but you can see it's pegged into the back of the figure there. And this particular base, the peg was a little bigger than the peg hole on the back. I really had to squeeze the peg into the figure. And taking a look at some more details on the base here. It's a clear base. You can see the Figma name there, and some information, copyright information underneath that. And the base came in two pieces right here. Basically the base and the I guess the the stand on there, and you just plug it in, and there are three basically joints that you can move the display base on there. They basically the range of motion is about that much on the middle base. For the lower part of the base, it can go that far around, and you get this top part here, which has about this much range. So you can see it's quite a range of motion, and also a rotation at the bottom base there. So with the figure, you can get the figure posed in a lot of different variety of deep poses, which is really nice. You can probably even have it the figure leaping or flying off a building or something. So very, very cool. I really do like this base. And we have Spear here, and this is a pretty nice action figure, and my first Figma, and my really my first Kamen Rider out of the package. And I really like it. It's very posable, very detailed, just a really cool figure. And taking a look at Spear here, or Imperer, depending on which series you watch, but you can see it's very detailed, very nice. And for sizes comparisons, I don't have any other figures, but the figure stands about 5 inches, 5.5 inches. Let me go get another figure. Alright, I have a SH Figure Arts figure, Shinken Red here, and just for size comparisons, you can see that they're relatively close in size. The Figma figure is slightly shorter, not that much shorter, but they relatively compare in size. Now, compared to some Western figures, it is much shorter than the 6-inch scale figure like Marvel Legends or DC Universe Classics. So I really can't fit that in well, but why would you want to? This is a completely different universe. But if you wanted to, they'll be rather short fellas. But I really like them as they are, because they do fit my Zevos line, which I'm a big fan of. You can see for size comparisons with that, they fit relatively close. Now, taking a look at some of the details of Spear here, you can see, starting with the head, very nice helmet design. It's very detailed, and let me just turn that down a little bit, and you can see I guess that's a blue gem or visor, or I'm not sure that's where he sees through or not, but it's very well painted, and then you can see some line design on the helmet there, and that's very well painted as well. And you have the horns here, which is very cool, painted in gold. A little bit of overspray on the silver part of the helmet here, just at the base of this right horn, but not that bad. So you can see some more detail on the back of the helmet there. You can even see some detail on the gold trim on the back of the helmet there. It's actually kind of cool. Looking down on the rest of the figure here, on the torso, you can see the emblem of Spear here, probably of a gazelle. And what's really cool here is some sculpted like fur on here on the shoulders. It's actually kind of neat. Some nice detail there. Also, you got these ports throughout the figure. From what I've seen on the show, I only seen them in use when they ride their, I guess their motorcycles or vehicles into the mirror dimension. Basically like a seatbelt that plugs into their right here on the side. I don't think I've seen them use the other ports as of yet. I guess you could use it for maybe his sword or strike vent, or I'm not sure what vent this is over here. Maybe it's supposed to plug into there, I'm not sure. But you can see also some more details on the shoulder here, more horns here, and you've got this base design, the basic suit underneath all of this armor here. Almost looks like a latex rubber type suit there. It's actually pretty neat. And down here on the leg, you have his visor. Basically, you take the card deck from his belt here, and you insert the card to summon whatever advent, basically like a strike vent or a final vent on there. I guess that's his card reader or visor on there. It's actually pretty neat, and it's 2 parts on the upper and lower leg there. Nice detail work you can see on there, the blue and the reds, and that's very, very cool. I really do like it quite a lot. And of course the belt from which they summon themselves into these Kamen Riders on there, and this is sculpted on there and painted again the gazelle-like pattern on there. I don't think the card can fit onto the belt. I haven't tried, and but I don't think it'll hold on there. It doesn't look like it has anything to hold the card there, which is alright. It's not that big a deal to me. So, but very cool overall design. I just really do like it. One thing that I noticed right away when I got it out of the packaging is this area here on the torso is actually very thin rubberized type of plastic, and it's sort of hollowed out underneath over here, and this here is basically a thin, you can see right here, thin rubberized plastic as well, that basically to cover up the joints, and it's a pretty neat idea on here. Otherwise, if you didn't have this, you'd see the ball socketed joints at the hip. But basically, it's a covering that goes over the leg, or underneath the leg here. You can see. I wish it was a little bit longer, so when you bend the leg back, it wouldn't stick out like that. But it's still kind of neat to hide the joint, the hip joints there, and it does blend well to look like a single piece on there. So very cool. And one thing I also noticed, I was kind of worried when I got this out of the box, but I thought I had broke it, but this was sort of loose here, and you can see underneath how it's kind of hollowed out here, and this is a rubberized plastic here. Pulling that out by accident, it was rather easily, and I thought I had broke it, but I think it's more of the design. You can actually take lots of these parts out, such as the arms, the forearm, of course the hands, and the ball-socketed joints at the hip, and I haven't tried the legs, but I think this was designed on purpose. Now, it's not loose where it will actually fall off the figure. You can see it's on there, but I think that's pretty neat in a way. Like I said, I was at first worried, but I think it's more of the design of the figure. So if you encounter this situation as well, don't be worried too much. I think it's just really designed to be sort of modular type in a way. So, but pretty cool. Now, as far as articulation of this figure is very well articulated. One thing I want to at least point out right away are the elbow and knee joints. A very effective use of the joint. Now, it's not a double hinged joint like a lot of articulated action figures have. It's more of a single disc type of joint that functions fairly well as like a double hinge joint. It's actually quite neat. And let me see if I can pull the forearm here. You just basically wiggle that out, and you can see on here it's basically a disc type joint on here. Basically two pieces. One half of the disc is pegged going this way, and the other half of the disc is pointed upward. So basically you have two peg joints going into the upper and lower arms. But the range of motion on this is actually quite nice. It's like a double hinge joint on there, and it's more evident on the leg at the knee. You can just see the disc here basically, and you just move that and look at how much range that is on that, just on that single joint. It's not a double joint there, so it's actually pretty cool. I really like that range of movement. The only downfall on the leg here is the disc sort of stands out when the leg is straightened, but not really that big a deal, especially from viewing it from the front where you can't even see it. So it's not doesn't bother me that much. I just really like how the articulation design. You can see the disc on the front, where it looks more natural at the knee there. That very cool range of motion on the knees and elbows there. But taking a look at the articulation of the rest of the figure, the head is on a ball joint and just goes basically all the way around, even side to side here, and up and down, and it doesn't go up and down as much due to the back of the helmet here, but you can slide the head forward and back to allow more upward movement. If you slide the head backwards, it gives you a little bit more range on the upward movement of the head there, so it's actually kind of neat. The arms do go all the way around, and they do go out about that far, not too much here due to the fur here and also the shoulder armor there. But it does also tilt in and out here, so that's kind of nice. And this arm here does rotate below the bicep. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that or not, because this one is fixed into place. So I don't know if this just got loose or not, but with that range of movement, you can actually, and the combination of the shoulder, you can get it in a variety of poses at the arm there. Of course, I showed you the articulation at the elbow earlier, and there is rotation, slight rotation at the elbow as well, but it's kind of limited due to the design of the armor there. So, but you can rotate it at the elbow as well, so that's kind of neat. The hands are on a hinged swivel joint, allows the hand to go all the way around, as well as up and down. And taking the hands in and out of the figure is not that hard at all. Just really a simple tug, and it's not loose at all. So that's kind of cool. And the torso is, you can bend it down quite a bit there, up and back, as well as tilt side to side and rotation on there. So that's kind of cool. The legs are joined at the hip with a ball socketed joint. I don't know if you can see it underneath there. Allows the leg to go up, and it does bend the plastic, rubberized plastic, a little bit when you bend it upwards there. Up, down, back, but then it exposes this flap here. I wish that was longer there. And it does go out to the side as well. You just fit that back in there, as well as rotate all the way around at the top of the thigh. The knees shown earlier, double jointed, nice range of motion there. Really like that. And the feet can go down, and if you pull on it a little bit, you can go down even more. And it does come off if you wanted to, but like I said, these are nice tight fitting joints, so it's not like they just fall off. But you can bend it downwards, upwards, you can rotate it all the way around, as well as ankle pivot from side to side. So great range of motion overall. Slightly hindered in certain areas. I think it's just basically the design of this particular figure because of the armor here. But very nice figure. I really am happy with these Figma figures, and I do plan to get the rest of the series. I really do like it. This is my casual peek into the Figma Kamen Rider Spear action figure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.